There are strange things done in the midnight sun by those men whom one forgo. The Arctic trails, they have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern sights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was a night on the marge of Lake Labarge. I cremated Sam McGee. Now, Sam McGee, he was in Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the south to roam round the globe, how heaven knows. He hated the cold, but that land of gold seemed to hold him in its spell, for he'd often say, in his homely way, that he would rather live in hell. It was Christmas Day, and we were mushing our way over the Dawson Trail. Talk of your cold, through the parka's fold, it bit like a driven nail. If our eyes we closed, and our lashes froze, till sometimes you couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee.
Now that very night, as we lay packed tight, in our robes beneath the snow, the dogs were fed and the stars overhead were dancing, heel to toe. Sam looked to me and,
Cap,
says he,
I'll cash in this trip, I guess, and if I do, I'll ask that you not refuse my last request.
well, he seemed so low that I couldn't say no, and then he said with sort of a moan,
It's this cursed cold, and it's got right hold till I'm chilled right through to the bone. Yet it ain't being dead, it's my awful dread of the icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear that foul or fair, you'll cremate my last remains.
well, a pal's last need is a thing to heed, and so I promised I would not fail. And we started on at the streak of dawn, but God, he looked awfully pale.
He was crouched on the sleigh, and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee. And before nightfall, a corpse was all that was left of Sam McGee.
Now, there wasn't a breath in that land of death as I hurried horror-driven, with a corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, and it seemed to say,
You may tax your brawn and brains, but you promised true, so it's up to you to cremate my last remains.
Now a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were numb, in my heart how I cursed that load. In the long, long night, by the lone firelight, while the huskies round a ring sang out those wolves to those lonesome snows. Oh God, how I loathed that thing. And every day that quiet quay seemed to heavier and heavier grow. But on I went. But the dogs were spent, and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad, and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in, and I'd often sing to that hateful thing, and it hearkened with a grin, till I came to the marge of Lake Labarge, and there a derelict lay. It was trapped in the ice, and I saw in a trice it was called the Alice May. I looked at it, I thought a bit, I looked at my frozen chum, then said I, with a sudden cry,
Here is my crematorium. Some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was lying around, and I heaped the fuel much higher. The fire roared, the flames just soared, such a blaze you seldom see. Then I burrowed a hole in those glowing coals, and I stuffed in Sam McGee.
Then I took a hike, for I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. The huskies growled, the heavens scowled, and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold, and the hot sweat rolled down my face, and I don't know why. And that greasy smoke, like a ninky cloak, went streaking up to the sky.
I don't know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear, but the stars came out and they danced about. Ere again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, I guess he's cooked, and it's time I looked. I must take a look inside.
So the door I opened wide, and there sat Sam, looking cool and calm, in the middle of the furnace roar. He wore a smile, you could see a mile, and he said,
Please, close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll let in the wind and storm. Since I left Plumtree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm.
yes, there's strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. Those Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern sights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Labarge, I cremated Sam McGee.